I'm here with Tamir, a 4-year-old Arabian horse, and he's here at my ranch for training. I first had him for 4 weeks for cold starting, and then the owner actually decided to let him stay a little bit longer to get a little bit more advanced in his riding. He's doing really great, and he's very cute, a little bit naughty, but very, very cute. I like him a lot. So let's just get started with this session. Go. I'm first just gonna briefly work a little bit with him from the ground. I don't do that every day, but I like to do it occasionally to kind of keep his groundwork intact. Also, I want to show the owner some of the things she can do with him to kind of prepare him for riding. I like to start with just walking around and see if he will stay at my shoulder and see if he will follow my lead. So if I stretch my hand forward, I want him to kind of move faster. And maybe trot a little bit around. If I take my hand towards me, I want him to slow down. So right now I'm using my right arm to kind of tell him how fast he should move. Also using my body language and my energy to guide him. You see I'm going a little bit faster. I'm stretching out my arm, and that is to tell him to move faster. I'm gonna go slower, take my arm towards me, to walk more slow. If I want to stop, I usually like to back up after. I'm just lifting my arm slightly like this. Good boy. And then I'm going to give him a little treat. So yeah. Flink it. So when I'm leading him this way, just walking with him, I like to test the speed, walk and trot. You can also walk slow, walk fast, stop, and back up. Another thing that I like to check is if I can turn around and kind of move his hind legs a little bit. See if he will kind of move his hind legs. So I'm looking at the hind legs, I'm adding some energy towards them to tell him to move. It's smart to always look at the part of the horse you want to move. So if I want to move his shoulder, I'm going to step towards his face, add some energy. See if he can kind of move away a little bit. Good. There you go. Good boy. And I like to check both sides. So I'm going to change my hand. Have it on my left side here. And basically just do the same. So I might just start with walking really slow. He's kind of walking a little bit faster, and then I can block him with the end of my lead rope. He wants to walk a little bit faster. And then I stretch my hand a little bit forward to walk faster, and I can stretch my hand more to tell him to trot. I take my hand a little bit towards me to tell him to slow down again. He's leaning a little bit in. I'm going to ask him to trot. One more time. Come on. And then I'm going to ask him to back up. Really good. Good. Ja, så bra. Så flink. Good boy. He's really cute, you know? I really, really like him. So, we'll try to move the hind legs and the front legs again on this side. So, I'm just kind of turning, leaning, stepping towards his hind legs. Very nice. And I all the time keep holding the rope the same. So I can easily go back to just walking with him, leading him around. And I'm going to turn in towards his face, add some energy, see if he will kind of move his shoulder. Really good. Finish it off with maybe backing up a little bit. So good. Perfect angel boy today. Yeah. So when he came, he had a little bit of attitude, kind of a little bit dominant, but not in an aggressive way, more in a playful, little bit of a naughty way. Yes. So he would maybe try to bite and be very impatient, try to push a little bit, not wanting to stand still. But I think he's just been improving so good. He's doing so amazing, I think. He's a really good boy. Yes. You're a good boy. It's important if you have horses that have a little bit of attitude that you don't get angry, you know? Because you don't always know the reason for why they behave this way. Maybe they're just trying to communicate in some way, trying to bond. Maybe they don't know that what they're doing is bad, so you have to kind of be careful and correct because it's not okay for them to bite. But it's really important to be patient and reward when they are doing a good job. So they don't all the time feel like they're doing something bad. So remember to always reward the small good behavior and when they're kind of improving. So one thing we have to work on a little bit with him, he wants to canter, we have to wait, is his left canter from horseback. He has a tendency of going into counter canter, and it's really hard to know this from horseback. I'm going to turn him. Good boy. It's usually very easy to feel when you're riding if the horse is in the right canter or in a counter canter, but with him I find it very difficult. So I'm just going to check his canter from the ground, make sure that he will have a clean canter both ways, and then I'm going to ride. So I like to change the lead by either doing it with the hind and front legs like this. So I'm just basically changing my focus to the hind legs and moving the shoulder around. Another thing I like to do is just moving backwards like this. Have him come in front of me like this. And then you can kind of actually launch in a figure of 8. I'm moving backwards, having him over on this side. No, gotta keep going. And I like to take an extra circle before I change again. But if you want to launch in a figure of 8, you can actually turn, have him come around, and then you can turn again, like this. Good boy. Ja, bra. Flinket. Giving him treats. Yes, good. Good boy. It's important to find a good balance between friendship and leadership. And I really want to be his friend, but I need to be able to kind of tell him what to do. And it's nice if he would gladly do his chores and be a willing partner. So I think giving treats really motivates the horse, and it makes them a little bit more eager to cooperate and feel like they're doing well. Yes, very good boy. Let's check his left canter first. Good boy. I'm gonna walk in a big circle so he has some space. There you go. Now, one more time. This looks good. Good boy. Good. From the ground, it's not bad. No, it's good. It's good. Yes. He mixed it up a little bit in the beginning, but then he kind of found his way. Very nice. Ja, väldigt bra. Heel flink. Very good. I'm gonna let him finish his treat. And then we have to take the right canter and check. Usually the right canter is very easy, no problems in the right canter. He's got better flow. His canter is more clean. It's definitely a stronger canter on the right. Ah, good. Good. Yes, pa. I'm not going to canter him for a long time because, you know, it's warm. I don't want him to get exhausted because I also have to ride and practice. But I just want to check. And now I'm just going to ask him to back up a little bit and see if he will kind of just relax and practice patience. You can tell that he's starting to yawn. It's really great to give the horse some space and some time to just think about what they did, think about what they're learning, have some time to just relax and stand still. Especially if the horse has been very impatient, you need to practice standing still, giving them some room to just chill. Heel flink. Yes, bra. Heel flink. Good. So giving them some space like this, giving them time to process, it's going to make you more relaxed. And you can tell right now he doesn't look like an impatient horse. He looks very patient and relaxed. Good boy. Jij is zo flink. Ja, jij is zo flink. Okay. Little treat for you. Little bit. He's so cute, you know. So I very easily get attached to horses. And the thing is with the horses that I'm training, you know, I know that they have to at some point go home. And I have to say goodbye. So I don't want to get too attached to them, but it's hard sometimes, you know, because, yeah, you spend a lot of time with them. I've shown him how to be ridden and everything. I've taught him a lot of things. We have spent a lot of time together. We have really bonded. And I feel like right now we're quite close. I feel like he's a really good friend. And I'm gonna miss you when you go home. Yes, I will. No, he's trying to steal the treats. Still a little bit naughty sometimes. Yes, you are. Yes. But you know, you have to keep their spirit. You don't want to break them. That's the thing. You don't want to break their spirit. You want them to be humble and nice and easy to communicate with. You want them to do their chores. But you want them to still be playful and have a funny personality, you know? So I like that he still has a little bit of the naughty side. As long as he's not being a bad horse, and he's definitely not. He's just a good boy. You're a good boy. Yes, you are. And he's very funny, you know? He's a funny horse to work with. Funny and cute. He's also quite confident, which I really like. So, he's a quite tough horse. And when I get on him, I like to give him a treat. And it's a good way to teach horses to stand still when you're mounting and getting on them. And it's nice if he can wait until I actually ask him to go. Like this. Good boy. So he's been here, this is will be his 8th week this week. And he's been learning a lot of things. So now we have kind of reached everything that he is supposed to learn. So what we're working on now is kind of just improving everything and making him a little bit better at the different exercises. But it's nice to have a routine. So when I start to ride him, every day we do the same thing in the same order, so he will know what to expect. It's always the same. And when I feel like he's mastering everything quite well, I'm going to start to mix it up a little bit more. But until I feel like he's doing really, really well, and really understanding everything quite good, I'm just going to kind of try to keep it more or less the same routine for him. We sometimes mix it up. I sometimes take him out. We do a trail or a hike. But in the arena, I want him to kind of know what to expect, because the unknown will make him a bit more unsure, new things, you know. But stuff that you know, if you know something very well, it's going to give you confidence. And I want him to keep his confidence and feel relaxed and feel like he's kind of mastering what I'm teaching him. So I'm just going to ask him to trot. No. And we have been working with the canter quite a bit. And it took us a little time to have it really good. He still needs a little work with it, but now he's really proud of cantering. He loves to canter, so he's trying to offer it all the time. And I don't have a problem with it. I'm just going to ask him to kind of just keep on trotting. I like to start with just trotting big circles and small circles. Try to regulate the speed a little bit. And I'm also going to ask him to search down and lower his head a little bit. So to ask him to lower his head, I'm just holding a little bit of pressure on the rein. Once he searches down, I give him complete loose reins, like this. So the goal is to not have any weight on the rein. Also, when I'm trying to take these smaller circles, I'm asking him to bend around my leg a little bit. So he will kind of look in the circle. When I'm on a straight line, I'm going to ask him to go straight. We're coming towards this corner. I'm going to ask him to bend around my leg a little bit. Very nice. Gonna do this one again. Good. Asking him to search down. Good. So I want to teach him some good habits. You know, running around with his head up is not a good habit. Searching down, starting to work on his top line, building muscles in the back, that's what we want. So I'm teaching him to stretch down, search down, and bend around my leg. Really nice, good boy. Here I'm going to take the diagonal. It's a little bit dusty and it's so warm, so when I water the arena it's going to dry up very fast. It's really warm today. It's really nice stretch here. Stretching down so good. Nice. Such a good boy. This is beautiful. When he's stretching down like this, I can really feel his back lifting up. Really good. And I'm going to ask him for a smaller circle. Searching down, asking him to bend in a little bit. Very good. Beautiful circle. Good boy. I'm going to do it again. Come around here. So good. Oh, be careful with the shoulder. You don't want the shoulder to kind of drag out. Good boy. He's doing so well. I just want to... Whoa. Whoa. Give him a treat. You're doing so good. Perfect angel today. Yes, you are. It's so good. You're flink. You're doing flink, kid. Yeah, doctor. So he's quite narrow around his shoulders. And he's the first horse ever I've had in training where the saddle will actually slide forward. And especially when I started to teach him canter, the saddle would really slide forward. And I had to kind of get off, readjust the saddle and get on again. But lately it's been going better. So I'm hoping, I still feel like it's a little bit too much forward, but yeah, it's just gonna have to do. We're gonna start trotting a little bit again. Good boy. No, not canter. We have to wait. Have some stuff we have to work on first. So I'm gonna ask him for a little bit of a shoulder in, if you can pay attention. Good boy. No. What's this? Trot. Good. So when I start to shoulder in, my main focus is for them to trot straight and look and bend around my leg. So I want to trot straight with him and see if he can just look to the right a little bit. Quite good. I think he's doing really well. You know, he tries to keep his collection also. He's searching down at the same time while he's trying to do this exercise. Really good. And I'm gonna come down the central line. No. The naughty side coming out. Just do a circle. No. Too naughty now. Try again. I don't know, he's on complete loose rein, so he's kind of choosing this position. I'm gonna come down the central line, you gotta pay attention. And I'm gonna do a little leg yield. He's going way too much to the side. And that's something he needs to work on this a little bit. Once he really understood leg yield, he's been very excited about it and he's really moving to the side. It's too much, it's too much. Good, you have to go forward, come on. feel like he needs to focus a little bit more. We'll try a leg yield again, not so much to the side. I'm very carefully putting my right inside leg back. Better. Yes, not too bad. Try again. Careful, careful. Good, good. Too much. Too much. It's too much, my friend. I'm gonna just keep on doing this until I feel like it's going a little bit better. He's making it very difficult for himself. Going too much to the side. But he's very willingly doing the exercise. It's almost like he's just doing it by himself, which is really nice. I feel like he's really trying. It's a little bit better. We have to still practice that a little bit. But you don't always need to reward the perfect, that the horse is doing something perfectly. Sometimes you also want to reward the effort. And I think he's in a really great mood. He's really trying. And I don't want to forget about that. He's moving too much to the side, especially on this side. We have to try the other and see how that is. But we can work on that. It's a nice leg yield. It's just a little too much to the side. It's almost like a side pass in a trot instead. Yes. Yes, yes. So I'm just going to let him walk. I'm not going to ask him for anything. I'm just going to kind of steer him, take the diagonal. Just let him walk on complete loose reins. Good boy. Give him a little breather, a little break. And then when we come on this side, I'm going to ask him to trot. And we're going to work on the shoulder in on the left. Very nice. He's not searching down as much on this side, but he's bending quite nicely around my leg. It's very nice. I'm going to practice one more time. Ask him for a little bit of a shoulder in. Good. It's going a little bit too close to the wall. Yes. One more time. Nope. A little bit back and forth. He needs to practice his balance with this. Yeah, much better. Do one more time. And the thing is, he really needs to focus to kind of do this in a good way. It's not too bad. I'm coming down the central line and I'm gonna ask him for a leg yield again. Careful. It's too much. It's too much. I'm sorry. It's too much to the side. I'm very carefully trying. So once he starts going to the side, he's really just, it's hard to stop him. He wants to go all the way. So I hardly need to give him a cue for this. He's really just doing it on his own. I'm very carefully gonna ask him a little bit, and then we're gonna go straight. Yeah, but it's too much to the side, my friend. We have to do it one more time. Careful. Careful. A little bit. Little bit. It's better. It's very fast. Yes, I know. But you're still a very good boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You know, I started riding him in June, in the middle of June. And now we're at the end of July. So he doesn't have a lot of time under the saddle. No, don't bite. And I think he's doing very well. He's a good boy. Yes. No, don't bite. Trying to bite my shoe. No. I'm just trying to wiggle my leg a little bit so it's not that easy for him to bite. No. It's a bad thing to do. No, no. No. He's so sneaky. No. Okay. Let's walk a little bit and we're going to see if we can have a nice left canter. Left canter, not counter canter. Hopefully it will go. I have to really try to feel if it's the right canter, and it's really, really difficult, I have to say, with him. It's hard to know. Even if I do a circle, he will do a really nice circle in the counter canter, which is, you know, it's not that normal that they're that good in counter canter, but we just have to see. Yes. I'm going to start trotting. I'm just going to ask him for a left canter, see what's going to happen. And I just have to turn and see how this feels. No, this is definitely not the good one. I have to try again. Feels like counter canter again. No, it's not left. I'm really trying to bend his head to the left to get. It still feels like counter. I don't think this is the left canter either. No, we'll try again. Feels like counter. I'm gonna try on the long side. Just see if it will do it. No. No. He's having trouble with this left canter. I don't think he's making it. No. Still feels like counter canter. I wish I had a mirror right now in this arena. It would be a little bit easier. Feels like counter, I think. I'm just gonna try a circle again. How can he make this circle so well in a counter canter? If this is counter, I'm not sure. Whoa. Okay. I am not sure. The last circle felt like left canter. It felt better than his first attempt. but it's hard to tell. Also because he's got quite short strides. So when I look down, it looks like his left front is the lead. It's a little bit difficult, I have to say, with him. Yes, but you're a good boy. Just got to figure this out. And he's definitely stronger on his right. It's his good side, so he wants to choose the better side. Makes sense, but I really want to have a good left canter with him. But I might need some eyes on the ground to actually help me a little bit with this when I'm riding him. Yeah, we can just walk a little bit more. Yes. And we're gonna do the right canter a little bit and see how that's going. Yeah, just wait for my aid. Okay, let's go. And the right canter, it feels different. I feel like the saddle is sliding too much to the front. I may have to adjust it a little bit. Oh, good. Yeah, I have to do that. I have to adjust the saddle, it's sliding. And it might also be the reason for him to have trouble with this if the saddle is too much over his shoulders. It's kind of gonna block his movement. Yes. And it's too much. Yes, I know. I've been trying a few different saddles, but this is the one I think is the best fit for him. It's treeless, so it's comfortable, but it should not slide over his shoulders. That's not good. No. We also have this thing to connect the saddle to the tail, but it's way too big. And it's going to be a little bit awkward, so I think we're just going to try with this. And then when he's going home, be careful. When he's going home, the owner can find a perfect saddle for him. It's really going to be better for him. Yeah, this is going to be better. He's a lot wider back in the hind than he is in the front. His shoulder is like quite narrow. Yeah, okay, good boy. So I just want to practice a little bit the figure of 8. It's a really great exercise to practice balance, softness, and focus. And then I want to try to canter a little bit more and see if we can manage the left canter. And you know, the thing is, from the ground, he's doing it. He's going into the left canter, but from the horseback, he's kind of choosing the right. And it's a little bit strange though, because counter canter is more work than the normal canter. Asking him for a little bit of trot. I'm just gonna ask him for a figure of 8. Trying to keep a nice rhythm. No, his shoulder is dragging out. So I'm gonna practice this inside of the arena so he cannot use the walls to lean on. It's gonna make it a little bit more challenging. But I want him to really listen to my aids from my body. I'm trying to turn him and direct him with my body language. I'm using the reins to kind of bend his neck and ask for a little bit of flexion around my inside leg, and also asking him to search down like this. But he needs to listen to my body language, and I'm gonna tell him where to go with my legs. Sliding out a little bit. Yeah, you have to pay attention. It's quite dusty today. This side, be careful. There he kind of missed my aids. I'm gonna do one more time, see if you can listen a little bit more. Good. There you go. A lot better that time. I'm gonna come over here and start to turn. Yeah, much better. Good boy. I'm just gonna turn over to the long side here and ask him to stop and back up a little bit. Oh. It's really great at stopping. I never have to use the reins to tell him to stop. Now we're gonna back up. And I want him to take the head down. There you go. Good boy. Very nice. Yes, good boy. Good boy. And I want to try the left canter again. Now I feel the saddle is better on his back. It's not over his shoulders, it's looking better. I'm hoping it's not gonna slide. We're just gonna walk around a little bit and we're gonna try the left canter again and see how that goes. Yes, we have to practice left canter. But all in all, he's just a really good boy, you know? He's really sweet. No? We gotta go. He's a very good boy. I think the owner will be very happy with him. Yeah, I really think so. He's a good boy. Let's see if we can make it. Left canter. Let's go. Trot first. Try to bend him to the left a little bit. Oh. Yeah, you gotta go. It's okay. It's okay. Yes, we have time. It's okay. And we're gonna try again. Left canter. No, he did change it. This is counter, I think. This looks... This is the canter, I'm not sure. It really looks like the left canter. It feels, I think it's counter. Let's try a new one. Good. No, it feels a bit weird. No, this is not, I don't think this is good. Try this one. It's really hard to tell. It's really hard to tell. It feels weird, I think. It feels a little bit weird. Yes. This is actually quite challenging with him. No. Don't back up. No, no. There you go. He's getting tired, I can tell. I can tell. It's very, very warm. It's quite challenging, this canter work with him. With most horses, you know, it's very easy to tell the difference. But with him, it's not. It's a little bit more difficult. Also, he's changing his back leg sometimes and jumping a little bit in between the canters, and yeah, we'll just have to try again. I'm just going to take one round with the right canter and then maybe try. I think I'm actually going to go on the ground just to be sure. So we kind of finish off with the left canter and reward him. Yeah, I know. Good. Whoa. The canter is, it feels like it's a bit bouncy. Good, good. It feels very bouncy. Yep, stop. So yeah, it took me a little bit of time to kind of get used to his movement. Yes. And I really have to kind of counteract the bouncing in the stirrups. But one thing that's really great with his canter is that he's going slow. A lot of young horses, when they start learning canter and they don't have a lot of strength, they will go fast because it's much more work to go slow. But he just goes really slow. Sometimes he can really like canter on the spot almost. Yes. Yes, you can. You're a good boy. I'm just going to check the left canter from the ground. I want to make sure that we finish with the left canter. Okay. Flink. I know you're tired. I know. Just a little bit. And I'm going to try to put him out in the corner. No, no, no. It's not the correct one. No. 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 There we go. Good. Ah. Good boy. Good boy. Good. So that's what we have to work with. The left canter, basically, is the last thing we really need to kind of, we have to get it to work well. And besides that, the leg yield is a little bit, you exaggerate a little bit. He's going very much to the side. But besides that, I'm very happy with him. I think he's a really good horse, a really good boy. He's funny and nice, friendly, cute. He's a good partner and a good friend. Yes. So that's going to be it for this session, and I'll see you guys later.